You may not realize it, but inside your mind, you have an internal thermostat for the level of success that you feel worthy of. Again, I was talking to my cousin this past weekend. He's a really cool entrepreneur, runs a land surveying, hardware company. And one of the challenge that he was sharing with me is having clarity for the areas of his life he should be focusing on to get to the next level. How do I develop myself? How do I develop my skills? How do I become the person that grows into the business he has a vision for in his life? And one of the things that he realized is that often when things are going good, he sabotages himself by the language he uses to describe situations, by the anxiety he gets around that growth, around the fear that shows up around team members, taking advantage of him, suppliers shutting him off, etc. There's all these different mental games that get played. And I explained to him that it's the thermostat of your life. There's this success thermostat that's set that you don't even realize it. That, for example, like a normal thermostat in the house, when it gets hot in a room, the thermostat kicks in and cools the room down. When the room is cold, it kicks in and it heats it up. So I asked him, I said, what's the monthly revenue number that kicks in your thermostat to heat up your activities to go out there and sell more product? And he gave me the number. He knew the number. It's this amount. This is my quota. If I don't hit that, I freak out. Perfect. What is the upper limit of that number? And he shared the number that when I'm feeling I'm at this level, I'm crushing it. And when you look at his revenues over the last few years, you will see clearly that he keeps banging and bobbing in between these two ranges. You're no different. Every entrepreneur has an internal thermostat of success that they believe is appropriate for where they're at in their life. And it's based 100% on beliefs. Over the years, I've kept thinking about how do I reset? How do you make the old high the new low, right? So whatever your old high was, how do you make it the new low? That's what I want to share. From a mindset paradigm shift today, I want to share with you these 3 strategies. Number 1 is you got to build confidence that you can do it. Building consistency in your routine, your rituals, your habits, and showing up not for 6 days and taking a day off to do cheat day, earned meals, vacation, relax, but the practice of showing up 75 days in a row was the creator of confidence. Because what confidence is nothing more than your commitment you keep with yourself. So if you want to raise your thermostat, you need to build the confidence in yourself that it's possible. And one of the best ways to do that is to keep commitments that you make to yourself in your mind that nobody else might know about. You say, I want to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, get my day started. The day you start sliding 5:30, 5:45, you hit the snooze button, guess what? You just eroded your confidence. So number 1 way to set the thermostat to the next level is by focusing on your confidence. The second one is environment. Environment is so powerful. As human beings, we learn through osmosis. The way we learn to walk as a baby is by watching our parents and trying to replicate what we're seeing. When we're around a group of people that act in a positive way or a negative way, we are kind of tribe-focused humans or animals, and we respond to our environment. So if you want to elevate your thermostat, if you're doing 100,000 a year in your business, or you're doing 0, get around the people doing 100. If you're doing 100, get around the people doing 1 million. If you're doing 1 million, get around the people doing 10 million, and on and on and on. In every room, there are people that are the 1%ers in that room. The key is to get out of that room and go be the 80%ers in another room to be inspired by the people that are further ahead. To me, getting around other people is the most powerful thing in the world. One example I gave to my cousin was, he's like, so should I join an entrepreneurial community, a business opportunity? My answer was 100% you should. Like, you're trying to build your business in the confines of your office with no other entrepreneurs. Maybe you have a few friends you play hockey with, etc. But what if on a monthly basis, at minimum, you got in a room and you committed to other people just like you that are at the stage or maybe a little further ahead, just like you, getting feedback on your goals, getting feedback on your strategies, talking out loud about these challenges. For a lot of them as an entrepreneur, we keep inside of ourselves. We don't talk out loud about the things that cause fear and anxiety and lack. All these challenges, we need to speak them out loud. Another example I gave my cousin was, if you're trying to get in shape and you hang out with a bunch of athletes and you go out for dinner, let's say you have a founder's dinner, something that I love to host, and you go out with a bunch of athletes and they all order salmon, greens, protein, greens, vegan, and it comes to your turn and you're sitting there looking at the waitress. Are you going to order the jalapeno popper appetizer and the fettuccine linguine when everybody else went lean and mean? My gut tells me you're not going to do that, because you don't want to be that person that feels judged just from the byproduct of that environment and those people. And that's what happens when you get in an environment of great entrepreneurs, is their thermostat rubs off on yours. What is considered low becomes your new low, where it used to be your high. Maybe it wasn't even on your radar of possibilities, but because you're in that room, they're motivating you. It's having an incredible impact on you. So the environment's number 2. Number 3, I want you to focus on a vision. You need to have a vision for where you're going in your life, or any path will get you there. If you have a vision for your life and you don't have a visual map for it, let's say you have an aspiration for your life, you want to be better, but that's essentially the description. When I ask entrepreneurs to explain to me their 10-year vision, it pretty much is what I'm doing now, but better. That's the describer. Like, it's not very descriptive, it's not specific, it's not definitive, it's just not, there's no specificity. His argument, it's kind of like trying to put a puzzle together without the image of the puzzle. Imagine somebody gave you a puzzle and said, put this puzzle together, but they didn't give you the cover of the box. They didn't give you the image. You're just doing it with individual, 250 individual little puzzle pieces. How hard would that be compared to if they gave you the image of the puzzle? That's the value of having a vision for your life. So if you want to increase your thermostat, you want to make the old high the new low, you want to move yourself to the next level, you have to have crystal clear expectations for your vision. You need to know, even though it's scary, and this is something, when I sat down with my cousin, we started going through this process that I teach called the vision map. He was, but I don't know how to do that. How the heck would I do that? I go, you need to disconnect from the how. You need to focus on the where, the destination, the what, but disconnect from the how. You need to allow yourself to dream a little bit. And through that vision work, through that dreaming, but locking it down, being specific. So dreams without a goal and a date and specificity is just a dream. So we want to make it a goal. We want to make it a vision. Through that process, your mind will go to work to figure out the solution to it. But regardless, if you want to elevate your thermostat, you want to move things to a new level, you have to have a vision for why it's important and what direction you're going to.